First Alert 6 investigation getting results, and a dangerous street hazard has been corrected.
In a neighborhood south of 84th and Dodge, a deep sinkhole developed, and neighbor Jeff Myers worried about it undermining the street. It's well traveled for a residential intersection, including daily school buses. First Alert 6 contacted Omaha Public Works, and within days, the estimated 3-foot deep hole was filled.
Oh, it's 100% safer with you guys getting involved because they actually did something instead of letting it sit up here and just get bigger and become a worse problem.
Omaha Public Works says the work order has been closed on this repair. A fallen Nebraska trooper who died in the line of duty will be recognized tomorrow.
In February of last year, Trooper Kyle McCasey died while responding to a crash on the interstate. Tomorrow, he will join Corrections Officer Colby Baber as the two newest names to the Nebraska Law Enforcement Memorial. Ceremony takes place Friday morning in Grand Island. Kyle McCasey died while responding to a crash during a snowstorm on I-80 south of Ashland. Investigators said McCasey was outside when his patrol unit, a snow plow, backed into him. He was just 31. McCasey was born in Omaha and served with the State Patrol for 10 years.
Also happening next week, Trooper McCasey will be added to the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington, D.C. We're told several State Patrol teammates plan to be in attendance.